Well, good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. My name's John from Cooking Around the World. Today I'm going to make a light version of my wholemeal bread for this weekend. So I've got some nice, beautiful fresh bread to make my sandwiches from. Okay, let's get cooking. Right, in here I've got 215 mils of warm water. I've got 2 heaped teaspoons of bread maker's yeast, and I've got 1 teaspoon of caster sugar. I'm just going to leave that there until it starts foaming. While that's going on, I'm going to toast my seeds. So around about 4 tablespoons or 35 grams of sunflower seeds, and the same in pumpkin seeds. We'll pop these into a dry non-stick fry pan. On a medium heat. Right, let's spread these as even as we can throughout the pan. I've got it on a medium heat. We're just looking to toast these until they change colour. Now I've just turned this up a bit. You can smell the oils in these seeds starting to react now, but I'm not getting the colour yet, so I've just turned it up a notch. So I'm somewhere between medium and high. Okay, and we'll just keep an eye on it. It should only be another 5 or 10 minutes. Meanwhile, our yeast is doing everything it's supposed to. So that's a good foam it's got on it now. That's all ready. Right, while that's going on, I can measure out our flour. So we're looking for 180 grams of wholemeal flour. So that's it just there. And then with that, we'll want 200 grams of high-grade flour. High-grade flour is flour that's at least 11.5% protein. I'm going to mix that through the flour thoroughly. Right, back to our seeds. As you can see, they are turning colour. So I'm going to give it another 30 seconds and then we'll put them somewhere to cool. Okay, I'm going to be making this in my bread maker, but what I'm doing now you could be doing into a stand mixing bowl or just a standard bowl and do the kneading by hand. So we've got our foaming yeast. This has really got going big time, as you can see. Into that we're going to place a little bit of vegetable oil, and now I'm going to put some honey in there also. Honey gives this a beautiful, beautiful flavour, certainly when combined with these seeds. Just absolutely gorgeous. Now we can put our flour in. So I'm just going to spoon this in. Once I've got it all in there, I'll come back. And then I'm going to put in half of my seeds. Well, that's not quite half, is it, John? A bit more in there. That's half of my seeds, so they'll be for the middle of the bread, and the other half of the seeds I will roll my loaf in just prior to its third rise in preparation for baking. Now for those of you who are doing all this by hand, I've got some wonderful news for you. This doesn't require any or very, very little kneading whatsoever. It's just this first part. This first part you'll need to knead it for about 10 to 12 minutes. Right, I'm going to pop this in my bread maker and set it to knead, and then we'll come back. I must say it's a huge difference cooking after Christmas than before Christmas. The pressure is just not there. Cook at your own leisure, there's no deadlines. Right, that's what it looks like. I'm just going to roll this in the oil that I've lined this bowl with. So, as I said, the only real kneading was the initial combination. Once you've got that done, cover it with a cloth, put it in a warm place for around about an hour. When I come back, that should have doubled in size. And there you are, look how big that's got. We're going to turn this out onto this breadboard and I'll come back then. Right, a little bit of flour, you don't want too much, just a dusting, and then now try not to get it out of shape. So here's your loaf tin, okay? So while you're just working the dough into a nice shape here, there we go. Now all we need to do is have a word with the thoughtless person who just started up their motorcycle in the driveway. Right, I'll come back once that's gone. Right, once you've rolled it around in your pumpkin seeds and your sunflower seeds, pop it into your loaf here, loaf tin, and cover it again for a little bit longer. Well, I did this for about 40 minutes, but I think it's going to be roughly an hour, and then it's going to be ready to bake. Yum! Right, let's see how our loaf is doing, shall we? Well, that looks good. Let's turn our oven on. I think that's going to be right. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? Okie dokie. I'll come back when I put it in the oven. For the oven temperature, 160 degrees. I've got my oven set to fan bake, and it should take about 30 minutes. Well, that's when I'll be having a look on it. Okay, oven is up to temperature, so I'm going to pop it in and we'll come back in 30 minutes. And there we have it, straight out the oven. Let's get it out of that pan and have a good look at it. And there we have it, beautiful. I'm going to wait for that to cool, about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll slice it up and have a taste. Right, I've just taken a slice of this. As you can see, when you're cooking bread, the only decent way to taste it is to get a nice piece of butter on top of there, on top of a crusty piece of that. Oh, that's heaven. Well, I've got my bread for the weekend made. I'm going to enjoy some beautiful, beautiful sandwiches. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you catch me on my next recipe. Bye bye.